Hi guys, and welcome to The Source.
You
gonna introduce yourself?
My name's Amani.
I'm Abigail, and this is your source to all things relationships. Why we got it right? Yeah. So over the next couple of episodes, we're going to be touching on some things, being as Valentine's Day is just gone. Have you been booed up? So we're going to be looking at Facebook status.
Yeah.
When is the right time for you to change your Facebook status?
When is it? When is it?
Do you not even bother? Are you bothered?
You bored with it?
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out in today's show.
And then we'll be looking at long distance relationships. To all you man that can do it, I can't. I don't think I could, but if you can, then we'll hear from you. And then today we're going to be looking at how to get past the awkward stage in a relationship. Oh, I know, I'm really excited. So we have an amazing guest in the studio called Jonathan. Everyone gonna
clap for Jonathan, guys.
Hey! Hi Jonathan, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, I'm good.
That's good. Okay, so just gonna go straight in there. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship, yeah.
Are you? How long?
How long's it been?
It's almost 5 years, to be fair.
What?
Wow, 5 years.
I was expecting you to say like a
5 years.
5 years.
That is so good.
Booed up and everything.
It's true. So tell us, has there been any awkward stages that you think you could share with us today?
Yeah, there has, to be fair. There has quite a few. Let me think.
Before we get straight into that, what was it like when you first met? What's the lovely lady called?
Her name's Sarah.
Sarah. She sounds beautiful already. So when did you meet her? Where? Give us some context. Set the scene.
Funny story, really, to be fair. Back in school days, I had a really good close friend. Still close friends. So yeah, obviously I used to go to his house loads and stuff like that as well. And obviously that's where I met her. Came in the room one day and I was like, "Raw, your sister's nice, you know."
Sister! He's your friend's sister?
Yeah.
Wow! What do you mean? Cozy.
You're good. I'll be like, nah, hands
Was
up.
he alright with it when you heard that you guys were dating? Was your friend
No,
okay
to
with
be
it?
fair, at first obviously a bit awkward, but it was like,
Yeah.
you know what, to be fair, I can't really trust with anyone but you, because obviously he knows me, so
That's
Just one of the things,
so nice.
That's good. That's really good.
Oh, so then you just ask her out, took her for a...
Yeah, how did you ask her out?
Well, it was a bit cheesy, to be fair.
Go on,
It always is.
Well, there was a time that she was like, "Oh, I want to go on holiday," all that kind of stuff. So I was like a few months down the line, I was like, "Oh, so you still want to go on holiday?" And I basically like booked somewhere Lanzarote. So we went to Lanzarote.
You took her to Lanzarote?
Luxurious.
I used to go to like Nando's or something. Lanzarote, go on.
Yeah, so I took her to Lanzarote and just said wanted to be my girl.
Oh, that's so nice.
She said yes.
I was not expecting a
Aw.
big Lanzarote.
Wow.
Oh, that's so lovely. So did you celebrate anything for Valentine's Day with her, or you're not really?
To be fair, I was a bit busy yesterday, which she understood as well.
That's nice.
I was obviously I've started out YouTube and Twitch as well, so I've got a lot of
Okay.
like media stuff going on the roll.
Do you want to say the
wanna
name?
shout yourself
Do you wanna
out?
shout yourself out?
Well, the YouTube channel's Dr. J, and then my
Dr.
Twitch
J.
channel's
Dr.
also
J.
Dr. J as well.
Please, guys, spell it
It's,
out. Yes, producers,
DR
spell it out.
JAII.
One more time.
DR for doctor, no space, and
No
it's
space.
JAII.
Okay, you guys know where to find him.
That's
You can also
amazing.
find me on Instagram as well and Twitter, which is the real Dr. J,
Okay.
The real.
The
no
real.
space or lowercase.
Oh, no space or lowercase. That's hard. That's cool. So, over this 5 years then, how
Yeah.
has your relationship progressed?
It fluctuates, to be fair. You think it'll just keep going up, but it keeps fluctuating because obviously you're learning each other and stuff like that. Obviously, like incidents happen, like events happen. You kind of like have to get through it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's how you like build on the relationship as well,
Yeah.
so kind of thing. Yeah.
Did you have a honeymoon stage? Like, do you know?
Oh yeah. That
So
lasted
yeah.
about 7
that-
months. Then
I
after
think that's
that,
it. Always starts in the beginning, the
yeah,
honeymoon
that's
stages.
Yeah.
good.
And then you just slowly learn about them. And you're like, oh,
And then you
I
start
didn't
to
know
see
about you
the-
like that. Like that.
Oh, wow.
yeah, that was about a good 7 months.
It's a long time still.
Yeah, it comes and goes still. To be fair, it comes and goes still.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's
I wouldn't change anything. To be fair.
Can you see a future?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Marriage?
Aw,
Or is that too early?
Picnics, kids.
Well, this is a surprise. To be fair, I'm already married.
Wait. Wait,
Wow.
hold on a second.
Are you wearing the ring? Let me see.
Nah, it's-
Oh,
Wait, you didn't want to tell us this earlier on?
you're married.
Okay.
what's so surprising?
Wow.
Wait, hold on a second. We should have asked it at the start.
That's
Oh.
crazy.
Bless you.
That's crazy.
Aw. Well, that's just like
Wow.
on another level.
Literally.
How long have you been married?
That's the thing. Almost 5 years now.
Oh, wait. What?
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to do the calculation myself.
so how long was you with her before you was
Yeah,
married?
you got married.
About 2 years, going on 3 years.
So you've actually been with her for a really,
Yeah, like-
really long time.
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
kind of like on and off kind of thing.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm
So
actually, I'm
cute.
blown away. I
Wow.
thought she was just your girl, but she's your wife.
Whole wife.
Oh,
real
that's
dime,
amazing.
real dime. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, have you been on many trips?
Yeah. Well, before we got married, we went to Lanzarote. We've been to. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but we went to a really nice hotel last year in Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Had an amazing view. Just recently went to Alicante, in Spain.
Alicante.
Ooh. Love that.
It's quite a bit, to be fair.
What's the difference, if you don't mind me asking, what's the difference between being boyfriend and
Yeah.
girlfriend and marriage?
No, yeah, going into
massive
the marriage.
difference. Massive
Obviously
difference.
things can
It's
go
like,
on, but also like what's it do to your dynamic?
Like, to be fair, like even in my relationship now, like there's times where like she could sometimes act like a girlfriend. It's annoying because like
Give us an
the
example.
things that you do, like for example, okay, because there was a time as we was moving, she had to stay at mum's for a bit. So then she got too comfortable being at mum's,
Yeah.
and then like we talk for some days and stuff like that, and then she start doing her own thing because she's got her own spacing and she's
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
So then I've still got a wife now, and obviously I need to eat food and stuff like that as well. So like the food ain't being cooked. The place that I'm staying, that's not been like clean and stuff like that as well. Like there's duties there. Not saying that she does all the duties and stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
like,
good.
I know.
She kind of like got too used to like texting sometimes and like, you know,
Yeah.
do what girlfriend and boyfriends do, just have the little moments and then they got their own time to have the little moments again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, bless. What's her best quality, would you say? How do you level each other out as well? Because I
Yeah.
feel like marriage, obviously, when you're in a relationship, you've got to compromise.
Yeah.
But marriage is like another
I
level.
feel like
of,
everything needs to step up.
and it's
every
on
single
another
thing.
level.
Every
Well,
single thing.
she's mature. She can be mature, but like she's a bit like a mum in a sense, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like she's like no matter what it is, she's there,
Ah.
kind of thing. But like to sum it up, it's a bit like yin and yang. You kind of like you got like the up kind of person,
Yeah.
and then you got the other kind of person. It's like, I'm not saying I'm down. I'm just like I'm just like serious. I'm just like I can be like fluctuating when I want to be,
Yeah.
but like she kind of like balances me out, kind of thing. So obviously that's kind of like what you need as well.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Because you've been through so much, what would you say, like, for advice for people that are in maybe a long-term relationship, that are looking to get married, or that may be in that awkward stage of the like, oh, do I like them, or is it worth it? What would you say to people that are in
Yeah.
that sort of relationship?
Hold it down. Just keep pressing on.
Keep pressing on.
Keep pressing on.
What about? Sorry, the producer just said something and I can't.
What do
hear
you say?
Don't know what they are. Oh, yeah. What about people that are, but I suppose, speaking and they just don't, the speaking, they're not, boyfriend, they haven't got a label, it's just like, it's going somewhere, but they haven't got any like clarity.
Yeah.
What would you say to people like that?
100 or nothing. Yeah, just keep going for it, because like if you show someone that you want them 100%, it's up to the other person to be like, okay, yeah, this person wants me. Like they got to make the decision as well to be like, yeah.
Do you think
want them as
it's
well.
like being okay, must be like having stereotypes, but do you think maybe it's more males that are reluctant to label things, or do you think it could be either, vice versa? Because I've heard a lot of different.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, to be fair. 'Cause to me, my friends and stuff like that, it's more of the females that label it first,
Yeah.
It's true, we do. You know?
and then
we do.
like
I
the
want to
males
know where I
that later
stand.
after.
True.
I want to know
'Cause
where
you
I
guys can
stand.
actually just get to our heads.
Nah, and that's
Innit?
fair. To be fair, it's fair, because obviously you don't want to be doing like everything and everything for no reason, kind of
Yeah.
thing. And obviously, in a relationship, the girls do generally put in more of the work. To be fair, it's just natural.
Amen. Thank you for someone that actually.
And you heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first.
We do. There are some good guys though that.
Oh yeah,
do a
definitely.
lot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's great. So yeah, thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
If you guys have any questions or anything, then please get at us at BCU_Eastside on Instagram, and you can ask us a question and we'll answer them back to you, and we'll just
respond
be in a conversation
later.
later. But thank you
so much.
Can
Jonathan.
we get a big round of applause
Woo!
for Jonathan? Woo! Mash it up, mash it up!
Okay, guys, welcome back to The Source, your source for all things in a relationship. I'm Amani.
And I'm Lorenzo.
And today we are with our special guest,
Dan. Hello.
Dan.
Nice
Hello,
to see you.
Dan.
And so we're going to be talking about, is statuses and saying single or taken really that important? So, Dan, tell me, are you single or are you taken in any way?
I'm married. And have been for 7 years now, something like that. So very much taken, especially if she's listening. 100%.
100%
No
taken.
questions.
Right.
And in terms of social media, do you have any of the socials?
Yeah, definitely Facebook and Twitter, a little bit Instagram. I've got an account, I don't really use it a huge amount, but yeah, so kind of across the board, I'm a bit of an addict in a way.
A bit of an addict.
Yeah.
And in terms of your social medias, do you post a lot about your relationship on it?
Probably inadvertently, yeah. So I'm not sort of sitting there and tweeting, oh, this is great, look what we've done. So Valentine's Day the other day, I wasn't sort of like hardcore, this is us, his little selfie or anything like that.
Yeah.
But by default, because I'm tweeting about stuff, there's probably stuff kind of subconsciously in there about it, yeah.
So you don't feel kind of pressure, because there's a lot of like young like people that are in a relationship that would always feel pressure to like just display their relationships and say, oh yeah, let me just remind you guys, like I'm still doing this.
100%. And I think to be fair, when we were younger we probably did, even though social media wasn't such a big thing back then. It was so MySpace, stuff like that, which is, you know, I don't think it's a thing anymore. It might be, but it was kind of the way that people talked, but it wasn't anything like Facebook and Twitter. It was a completely different concept, and I think back then, and things like instant messaging back then, so instant messaging being on an actual computer rather than on your phone, and things like MSN Messenger and stuff like that. The law, if you like, was that you had to change your username on MSN to whoever you were in love with or whatever. So we probably did back then.
That was in MSN days.
Yeah,
that was a thing.
Days. You were talking like it's a long time. You're making me old. Is that what you're saying? But yeah, it was. So you changed your name and you changed like your top 5 friends or whatever. So it was kind of a bigger deal back then when we were a bit younger. So I don't know, maybe 18, 19, something like that. But I think the older you get, the less it becomes such a thing, even if you're still using the same social media platforms. So on Facebook, when I was, you know, even 10, 15 years ago, I'd probably have posted a lot more about me than I do now. Not for any particular reason, just because I don't get the chance to. So I think it changes as you develop, so that the platform develops, so what you do changes. So now a lot of people do stuff on stories rather than actual Facebook or whatever. Yeah. But I think as individuals you change as well, and it's just not that interesting for me anymore because there's other things I do instead. So
Interesting.
So as soon as you got married, did you like automatically change your status to taken, or like you're in a relationship?
Not the same day, because there was a party to have. But that aside, so I think I didn't particularly have to change mine, because she wanted to change hers, because obviously she changed her surname and all that sort of stuff as well. So it was a bigger deal for her to do that. So I think from memory, I don't even know if it's the way it works now, but when she changed hers to say that she was married to me, it kind of changed mine for me. So I didn't have to do anything. But I think that for her, it was more of a big deal because of the context of what it was to change that sort of the next day. For me, I don't think I've even sort of looked now to make sure that it does say that, because it's just not... I think you probably, at my age, not that old, I think you do change stuff as a matter of course. So if I was looking through and it said single, I probably would go and change it. But I don't think I'd rush to do that straight away as sort of a next step in a relationship.
So you don't feel like in your relationship it plays such a big part?
Not a massive part, no, because I mean, we've been married 7 years. We've been together since we were staying off air just since we were 18. So like 15 years, something like that. So I think when you're that far into the relationship, it's kind of, you don't even finish text messages with kisses anymore or anything like that. It's just like you just get on with it, because it's been such a long time coming. It's not really, but I get, like I said before, when we were younger and it was a bit more fun. That sounds really bad, but it was a bit more sort of impulsive and a bit more off the cuff, that you would worry about that, and you worry about what your friends thought. But I think now we're older and our friends are older and our family are older, it's not really that much of an issue.
But anyways, thank you so much, Dan, for coming in today.
No worries.
And sharing your views. Guys, don't forget to tweet us in your views and send us any problems you have in your relationship at BCU_Eastside. And thank you, and we'll try and respond later. Everyone give up for Dan, please.
Thank you, mate. You have a lovely day, mate.
So guys, we went out to the public and asked them if they would post their relationship on social media.
The results were baffling.
It was crazy. I was so shocked.
I was shocked. Like it was definitely a surprise how many people flat out said no.
Yeah.
Like they just refused to put their relationship status on their social media. And that's crazy because our generation thrives on social media. So to see that they wouldn't post their relationship.
But then I understand why they wouldn't.
Of course. I definitely
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for sharing your opinions and giving it to us here at The Source.
We appreciate every single one of you that tunes in, and very much hopeful we see you next.
Have you ever been in a relationship?
Yeah, like I've been in a few, like I don't usually stay in them, like something goes bad or I just like I'm young innit, so like you gotta find them the right person, you gotta
It's true, stay young and be free, man.
stay young and be free. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, to be honest, I would agree with him, innit. Like, I've been in a couple relationships, but I would say, like, I don't know, like, take your time, like, find out what you really like.
Yes.
How was that for you?
Shit.
Okay.
Nope. Yes.
Oh, just once.
And how was that for you?
I think that I was young then, so I wouldn't really say it was the best thing.
Yes, I have.
And how was that for you?
I have mixed feelings about. Oh, like they're good at times, and then at other times they can be difficult.
So, if you was to get into another relationship, would you post your relationship on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter?
I've learned to keep things more private, so I don't advise putting it everywhere. Maybe keep it on Snapchat at most, because it's normally between your friends.
Honestly, I don't think I would. Because I feel like when you put your relationship on the media, right, you get this kind of pressure and you have to live up to a certain reputation. And I don't think I would do that. I'm a private person.
Would you at least post one picture, or like a little status, just to appreciate them?
Probably like maybe their birthday or Valentine's Day, but then not a ritual thing. It's not going to be something that I'm always going to post a picture of my partner, a video of my partner.
No, I prefer to keep things low key, so I don't post things online. At most, like sometimes it ends up on like Snapchat, but I don't like to post that stuff on like Instagram or anything like that.
From time to time, yeah, why not? It's not on Instagram because it's just there forever.
Not explicitly.
Would you put it on Snapchat?
No, I don't really use Snapchat that much anyway. Like I don't really use story option.
Probably not. Kind of keep it under wraps.
Why do you want to keep it under wraps?
I wouldn't mind putting up like little things, but like I don't want to bombard social media with the relationship because it's like a private thing.
Would you guys ever want to be married?
Alright, sorry. Obviously, like I'm young now, but yeah, of course, like in the future, like I might find like I usually say like there's a term called like a wifey, so like I'll find like a wifey in the future, and like yeah, of course, like of course I'll get married. Yeah, of course.
What about you?
Me? Yeah, definitely, like I will get married, but I want to get to that point where like I've got my yard in it.
Yeah.
And would you like to have kids one day?
Not anytime soon. I'd like to spend time with my partner first for a little while.
I agree,
Yeah,
definitely.
why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
46.
46 kids? Can your womb handle that?
No, I want 4 kids and then I want to adopt 2.
Hi guys, and we're back for the final. Can you imagine the final episode?
Final episode.
Of The Source. I've nearly forgot the name of Source, and that is your source to everything relationships. So We are here. Oh, my name's Abigail. I'm just going to rush into it. My name's Abigail.
I'm Lorenzo.
And we have a lovely guest.
Ivana.
Woo!
Hi, Ivana.
Hello.
Thank
you for having me, guys.
Yeah, so just jumping into it, have you been in a long distance relationship before?
Yes, I have. Actually, life, funny enough, keeps putting me in those type of situations.
Keeps?
Yeah, I'm trying to run away from them, but somehow it always brings me into it. I had a long distance relationship when I first came into the UK 3 years ago. With my partner, we had been together for 7 months, and then because I came here for uni, I wanted to keep that relationship going, so we were kind of forced into it. It was very difficult because you're used to having this one person next to you constantly, and all of a sudden you're just all you have is simply social media communication, video chat, and I'm not gonna lie, it puts a lot of pressure on the relationship, but you kind of need to remember all that positive experience that you have had together, those valuable moments that you've shared, and kind of lean on the trust that you've built throughout the time you spent together already. What I did was I dedicated some time for him absolutely every day, tried to kind of keep him in touch what's going on with me, how my life is going, and simply talk through anything that either of us had as a problem, because in long distance relationship I feel like the communication is the main point where you actually hang on.
So like when you when you say long distance, so everyone has a different idea of long distance. Like for me, long distance could be my man's at the other side of town, or you could have a long distance or you could have a long distance being a different country. So what was your long distance, just to clarify?
Originally when I was back home, so originally I'm from Bulgaria. A little bit far away. We were from different towns, but he was living in the town I studied at, so it was a bit easier. But then when I moved into the UK, obviously it became a lot longer than that.
Is there a time difference in Bulgaria?
2 hours.
2 hours. Wow.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not like he's in the USA.
Good. I just don't think I could do.
If you could, off the top of your head, come up with a pro and a con from a long distance relationship in your experience, what would it be?
I'll start with the pro. I feel like it makes a relationship stronger, but only if you have already had that time to build the trust and the foundation of it. Because obviously this is a time when you both realize what you mean to each other, and it can make it really, really strong and even unbreakable, I would say. But obviously it might mean exactly the opposite. It might mean that you realize there's so many things that you don't like about that person, and that time apart makes you realize, oh, they didn't actually mean that much to me. So it's actually a really good test for your relationship. And the con is definitely the struggle of that difference between having someone physically next to you and then all of a sudden them being taken away. It's a very difficult transition, and for people that prefer the physical interaction with their partner, it will be very, very difficult to actually sustain.
Just picking up what you said about that transition. So imagine obviously you're with him a lot, and then you live in this long distance relationship, and then you go back to seeing him. Do you get annoyed? Would you get annoyed with certain things that you didn't like? Say if he had a little, it was just irritating you a little bit. But obviously you wouldn't have to deal with that if you get used to him being in a different city or a different country. But then when you see him again, did you pick up on things that you didn't like, or you was like, oh, like because you're just so used to being away from him? Or when you saw him again, was it just like, was you so happy to see him and like everything went smoothly? Was there some complications?
In my personal experience, actually, in the end of it, I couldn't I couldn't relate to him as someone that is close to me anymore, simply because we had spent so much time apart. I simply had to reconnect again to feel that this person is someone that I love, that's someone that I deeply care about again, because when you spend time away from your partner, you lose that connection. And it took me some time to adjust back to it. It was just a couple of days, but at first it was simply like a stranger standing in front of me. And I was like, okay, I need to remember what it was like to feel you being like close to me. So I suppose this is why it's so important when you have a long distance relationship to take that time to go and visit one another, because otherwise it gets more and more difficult to kind of reconnect in the end.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
If you could give someone who is looking to get into a relationship, a long distance relationship, or someone who happens to find themselves in a long distance relationship, one piece of advice, what would it be?
Invest in that relationship as if it's not a long distance relationship. Think about it as if the person is here. Invest the same time as you would if they were here. Invest the same energy as if they were here, and treat them as if they're present next to you. Take the time to go see them. Take the time for calls and little gestures for celebrations, or simply demonstrate their love.
Yeah, wise words.
Wise words.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us today.
Thank you for having me, guys.
I'm going to go back and literally just think about my life.
Oh yeah, she's giving us something to think about.
Big round of applause.
Big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
We sent some of our people to go on the streets of Birmingham and ask you guys what your pickup lines are, your one-liners to pick someone up. Now, listening to them, they're actually astonishing.
I couldn't believe half
I
of
would
what
not
they
do.
said,
If you come to me with that, I would not.
I would turn around and walk away.
No, but thank you to everyone that has participated. It's been so amazing listening to you guys. So please stay tuned.
Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Do you guys ever move to guys?
There's no guys to be moved to.
No.
I don't know. I don't move to guys.
Really?
Yeah.
A beautiful girl like you don't move to guys?
No, I don't need to.
I've never approached a guy in my life, so
I think you should. I think you'd get like a few, like 10 in one go.
No, not at all.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just not my style. I don't think I'll ever do that.
So my last question for you is, if you was approaching a girl or moving to a girl, as we say here in the UK, what is your favorite one-liners to use?
My favorite one-liner. Yo, I don't even know. It's probably something stupid. It probably.
Is it a cheesy one? We've had a few cheesy ones today.
Probably just be like something dumb. Like depending on like what it was, I'd probably like compliment something. Like I'd just be like, hey, that's like a nice jacket, or like a nice shirt you got, or like something, right?
Yeah. Alright, so like usually if I see like a peng thing, like I'll just be on road, like in a car walking, whatever. So be like, you'll be looking fine tonight. Like, and what you doing?
Tonight?
Yeah,
But
today.
Are you just in the car? Trust me.
Yeah, today, like it's today, innit? Yeah, so I'll be like, you'll be like, how you doing today? Then I'll like introduce myself and be like, you're looking peng. And like go from there, like ask for her, like contacts her number, whatever.
So is it based off the energy that she's giving off you?
Yeah, like obviously I'm only gonna move to her if she's giving me like the same energy. If she ain't on it, then like she probably has a man. So like I'll just edit from there.
What about you? What's your one-liner?
My one-liner, well, it depends like what the girl is resting in it like. For example, the green hair. I could say, yo, you've got that green energy. Why don't you cut yourself? Painting, doing one thing.
Can you believe those comments?
Wow, just wow. That's literally all I have to say to that.
Some of you guys are brave as well.
If someone came my way and told me that, walk straight past them.
Exactly.
What on earth is going on?
I wouldn't even entertain it. I'm so sorry. You could be a beautiful person inside and out, but I would not.
And it's just cringy to hear.
Why can't you just tell me I'm
It's a
beautiful?
turn off. It's a turn off.
I think you should just go in with that honest, heartfelt compliment.
Yeah.
And I probably still won't reply, but But thank you to everyone that participated. Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, so first of all, can you please explain to us how you guys met?
Oh, well.
Met in college. Yeah.
Yeah, college.
Were you in the same course or you were in the same course? Okay. So, how do you resolve conflict in a relationship?
I say sorry.
I'm a bit too pride.
Too prideful. I have to say sorry.
I say sorry, yeah.
For me, well, I like to communicate first, so I don't really like to confront and be loud. I actually like to be away from people and just talk about it. So then we can actually communicate as human beings and not just shout at each other.
Well, the first thing from my experience, I sit quiet for some time. I try to avoid. Then try to listen, and try to share the opportunity of sharing the point of views from both of us.
How often did you lie to her?
Like 5 times a day.
That's calm, that's calm, okay.
I don't lie.
Don't lie, I don't have a reason to.
I would say I lie when I'm having a surprise. So if it's something that I'm planning, and usually I like to plan things months ahead, I'll say if I say I'm going to work, it's actually me, preparing things with my friends or doing something in the background so that then you get the big surprise.
Okay, so how often do you lie to your wife?
I think very few. Very few.
What was your most romantic date?
Most romantic, I would say it was her birthday. In this area, they had this Ferris wheel and they had all these games, and I took her out, and it was really romantic because no one did anything for her that day, and I decided to just take everything and do it. So she really enjoyed that.
Oh, date. Valentine's, isn't it?
Valentine's. I don't know because we had